we like to see all devices will be connected in wireless, not wired. Since if we have lots of devices connected together, as we see the estimation, by 2020 there will be 50 billion devices can be connected together. Okay, if all of these devices connected through wired, you can imagine how messed up it will be. Okay, so wireless will be unnecessary. This is a fact. But wireless, as we know, uses antenna to emit, to radiate the wave. Okay, so people worry about the antenna, say, okay, if we have wireless, is there any dangerous? Is it safe for the human being? Okay, so we specifically talk about this topic. Do wireless devices pose the dangers? Since we usually wireless. Okay, wireless use antenna to emit signals, which is called the electromagnetic wave. Electromagnetic wave we call it EM or EMF, electromagnetic field. Okay, this is a wave, cannot be seen, but it contains energy. It's a non-ionized radiation, which means it contains a lower frequency. The frequency will be less than 3 times 10 to the 15 hertz, and the lower energy. Okay, since the energy is low, okay, so this non-ionized radiation basically will not carry enough energy to ionize, to destroy the atoms or molecules. That's why non-ionized radiations basically will not hurt people too much. Okay, do you know what is WHO? It is World Health Organizations. Okay, not only you worry about if the wireless pose dangers. Okay, WHO do the same. Okay, so in 1996, WHO, the organization, proposed a project to try to find the scientific evidence to see if the wireless hurt people, what would be the possible effects to the health. Okay, this is the project, EMF project in 1996, issued by the WHO. Okay, the frequency exchange is from 0 to 300 gigahertz. For all devices in wireless operations, so far, the maximum frequency is 60 gigahertz. Okay, so that means if the conclusion says for all frequencies up to 300 is no harm to people, to the human being, and then current devices or in wireless will be no harm to the human being too. Okay, so this is a simple logic basically. Okay, then we'll get but the condition is no harm. For the no harm, okay, we have to follow some limited recommendation of the transmitted power and distance by the ICNIRP. This is again another international organizations. Okay, so here I'm not going to address the full name of this since it will be go to too much out of this course. But anyway, it says if you follow certain limits of the transmitted powers, for any frequency the device operates in the world, basically will be no harm to the people's health. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the cancers for using the wireless devices for long times. But if you are too close to a certain high energy radiation devices, or if you apply too much powers for transmission, there will be the exceptions. Okay, so since we have this kind of regulations, so all of our devices before on the market has to be exempt and has to pass related EMF regulation, and then we have something like some tax like FCC exempt on the stick on the back of the devices. Will be a proof. Say this device is basically is wireless, is safe for use. Okay, so here is two basic idea for you. Okay, so if you are using the wireless devices, keep appropriate distance from radiation source, especially the base station for cellular systems, since the power will be stronger than the cellular phones for base stations. But if you're far away from the base stations, do not live nearby the base station, basically it will be safe. And also it do some precaution, like do some shielding. Okay, here is an example. Okay, this is base station. You see the top one represents, you see the one pole represents one antenna. Here we have 10 antennas on top of the tower. Okay, but there will be lots of radiations emitted wireless signal. Okay, then here's another examples in the urban area. So this is the roof of a building. You see again the antennas. You see the block, one box. One box represents one antenna, like a 3G or 4G, or even 3G and 4G combined together. Okay, so this is a regular installation of the antenna, okay, of the base stations. But we can do better, even better. That means we do the shielding. Okay, so the previous one has been improved by shielding. Okay, so we have some mechanical metal devices to enclose the antennas based on not to affect the emission of the signals. Okay, doing so, then the signal will be emitted in certain ways, and the signal will be emitted will be reduced. Okay, this is what we mean the precautions. Okay, so when you use the wireless device, you can do the same thing. That means you do not use the phones too close. Do not use the phone talking for too long. Since once you use the cellular phones near to your ear or your face for a long times, more or less will be a little bit hurt to your health. Okay, if the emission power is strong or too strong, the situation is if your cell phone is far away from the base station, the cell phone will automatically increase the transmitting power. Then at that times, then you will be suffer a lot of EM fields. Okay, so it may be hurt, Okay, yeah, this is the basis for the internet. We hope based on the slides we explained it, you can get some idea about the internet, how the IoT works, and you know some principles of the sensors. You know how the data can be transmitted through the different the networking or communication technologies so far. Okay, this is the purpose, and I hope we get some idea already.